Good afternoon. Faculty, staff, family, friends, and class of 2020. It is indeed a special privilege and a pleasure to welcome you to Chamberlain University College of Nursing, Jacksonville campus commencement ceremony. My name is Lisa Nucci, and I'm your Director of Campus Operations. I'm so very honored to be here today to share this momentous occasion with you. Before we proceed, I'd like to ask you to join me in a moment of silence in remembrance of those who perished on 9/11. Now, let us present the national anthem. Today we are here to celebrate the extraordinary accomplishment of our graduates. It is no secret that the path to becoming a professional nurse is not an easy task. The journey has taken many hours, dedication, commitment, and on many occasions the sacrifice of missing out on some of life's most vital events that have occurred outside of the school. But today the goal of completion has been met, and we are here to celebrate your achievement. That alone deserves a huge round of applause. Many say that your college days are in fact the best days of your lives. From the friendships you've made, the faculty and staff who have become your mentors, to your academic learning sessions, and your experience in the classroom. All of these things played a significant role in shaping and molding you into the individuals that you are today. However, you did not get here alone. Each of you had a support system in place that enabled you to reach your goals. Whether it be a parent, a partner, a sibling, or a friend, someone walked alongside of you to support you in your journey. At this time, I would like to take a moment to honor those who supported you. To all of those who supported our students, we thank you. As someone who has walked in your shoes as a college student, I can relate. Your journey to get here was certainly not easy. You graduates persevered and made many sacrifices while remaining diligent in your quest to complete your goal. As a result, I know that in the years to come, when you think back on your days here at Chamberlain University, you will look back fondly and say to yourself, yes, those were the best days of my life because the staff and faculty at Chamberlain University prepared me to face any challenge and any circumstance with passion and the perseverance to succeed. Graduates, today marks the end of one journey for you, and I promise you another is just beginning. As you move along your path to continued success, I want to share a few important things with you that someone shared with me when I was sitting in your seat. First, always set clear goals for yourself as you continue to grow. Second, always hold yourself accountable to your goals. Third, when you need help, ask for it. None of us got here alone. We all had help. Remember that the relationships that you have forged here at Chamberlain University will remain a constant source of support for you as you work to achieve your next level goals. Congratulations, graduates. We are so very proud of you. And now I invite our Dean of Academic Affairs, Dr. Barbara Southworth Fisher, to speak.
Thank you, Lisa. Good afternoon. On behalf of the Chamberlain University College of Nursing, Jacksonville, I am delighted to welcome you to our celebration of the graduation classes of 2020. Our graduates have successfully completed the rigorous requirements of their nursing program. What a fine and proud accomplishment these students have attained. It is because of their grand success that we are all here today to celebrate these graduates. At this time, I would like to just take a few moments to recognize the groups and important individuals who have contributed to our student success. First of all, I would like to acknowledge our fine faculty and colleagues. A program can only be as excellent as the faculty who every day help to continue to develop it, teach it, and dedicate themselves to the quality and integrity of its principles. It can only be as excellent as the quality of service that our staff and colleagues provide. We are so very fortunate to have such dedicated and devoted assembly of faculty and colleagues who are seasoned professionals and mentors who also are totally dedicated and devoted to their students' success. The achievements of these graduates here today would not be possible without their wisdom, guidance, and support. These faculty and colleagues work hard to put forth nurses of excellence who will enter the workforce to service our communities. At this time, I cannot continue without especially acknowledging you, the families and loved ones of these wonderful graduates. The nursing program is a very strenuous and daunting program, certainly not for the weak of mind, spirit, or heart. Without the support of family, it is a very difficult endeavor to undertake and succeed. The faculty sincerely appreciates that much of the success of these graduates stems from your hard work and effort as well. Your support, your cheerleading, and oftentimes serving double duty as mom or dad, even a patient on which they practiced, a confidant who wiped the tears away and told them you can do it, and staying up late to help them study or just offer unending support. Their role as a student affected your lives immensely, and you were such an integral part of their success. You probably feel like you are graduating today as well. Therefore, truly, heartfelt thanks and great applause goes from us, the faculty and staff, out to you, the families, for what you have helped these students accomplish for themselves and bringing us together here today to celebrate in their success. And now to these graduates. When you first arrived at Chamberlain University, we welcomed you and also gave you a glimpse of what your life ahead would entail if you were going to be successful. And here you are today, a Chamberlain University School of Nursing graduate. So now that you are about to soar off into your nursing careers, I would like to offer you just a few pointers for the road that lies ahead. We know that it has been a very hard and long trek to this endpoint. And along the way, we as faculty have held you to a very high level of academic and clinical excellence. Your instructors pushed you hard. And when you attained that level, they pushed you even harder. And as we pushed, we also watched with pleasure as you tapped into your inner strengths, as you found patience and understanding, even though you might have been emotionally tired and spent. Prior to COVID, we have watched you develop self-confidence as you have tackled and succeeded at managing tough and demanding patient assignments. We have watched as you have humbly discovered a deep sense of self and true compassion during the times when you have found yourself immersed in some of your patients' and families' most vulnerable times. And now, in the virtual environment, pulling the critical thinking and application of all that you have learned together as you show great exuberance to test and challenge your newly forming identities and roles as professional nurses. The mission of this nursing program is to provide you with the knowledge and the skills that you need in your developing careers, but even more importantly, to give you the tools, perceptions, and experiences to grow within the true scope of the extraordinary nurse, the nurse that, along with knowledge, will serve their profession and community with a proud commitment to excellence, endless, compassionate caring, a true respect for all patients, consumers, and each other. What you have accomplished today grants you the privilege to enter the nursing profession, and in doing so, you have accepted the charge to be accountable to your profession and calling. You have solidified your commitment to prioritize your patient and their needs first and foremost. You have entered into one of the most trusted professions, one in which you are held to a higher standard and ideal by the ones you serve. If done well, it will be experienced by you as more than a profession or calling. It will become a way of life, and as such, it will reward you beyond measure. The faculty and I could not be more proud of you. We know that you will succeed in what you do, and that you will serve as proud ambassadors of Chamberlain University College of Nursing in the way that you will serve your community as nurses of excellence with the penchant to learn and the motivation to render care of the highest quality. We are so very proud of your accomplishments here today, and we wish for you all the best as you continue to embark upon your professional journey. Congratulations, graduates. Congratulations, families. And we have so much to celebrate today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Southworth Fisher. And now I would like to introduce our distinguished commencement speaker. Adam Kofer is a director of nursing at Memorial Hospital in Jacksonville, Florida. In his role as director, he is fully accountable for 2 acute care units' overall nursing performance, operations, quality, and patient experience, and oversees 120 staff members. He is an innovator in his current role, implementing 2 different evidence-based practice studies to improve the overall quality of patient care given at the bedside. Within the past year, these evidence-based practices have been implemented throughout the South Atlantic Division. He is a mentor and leader to the staff and continues to build healthy relationships with all service lines in healthcare. He has held many roles over the past 15 years, ranging from staff nurse, charge nurse, manager, educator, and director, which has helped him develop into an inspiring 21st century nurse leader. He obtained both Bachelor of Science in Nursing and Master of Science in Nursing degrees from Chamberlain University and is a proud alumni. He is currently enrolled in the Doctor of Nursing Practice degree program with Chamberlain University with an expected graduation date of August 2021. Mr. Kofer has received the honor of being selected as Florida Top 100 Nurses and Northeast Florida Great 100 Nurses. He is a member of the Sigma Theta Tau Honor Nursing Society and board certified through the Academy of Medical Surgical Nursing. His nursing career has been dedicated to creating high-quality, reliable systems of care and developing the next generation of nurses and healthcare professionals to lead in these ever-changing times.
Good afternoon, faculty, family members, and of all our graduates. First, congratulations, graduates. You've made it to the end of a very rigorous program. You all have earned the joy and pride each of you are feeling at this moment. I'm almost positive each of you dreamed of this moment and how you would be walking with your head held high, all dressed in your cap and gown. But then a pandemic happened and we've been forced to look at things differently and even learn new ways to move forward together in the nursing profession. However, I would like to remind each of you gathered here today that we see you and we salute you for all of your hard work that you've just completed. It is pretty amazing to live in a time where science continues to improve and we are all here with the use of technology to celebrate your milestone of becoming a graduate nurse. I'm sure each of you are nervous and also scared about what the future will hold. I know it is no surprise for you to hear me say there is going to be some tough times of growth ahead. You will be forced in some very uncomfortable situations, but remember, it is during those times that we see personal growth as well as professional growth. We must always be mastering the skill of nursing. Chamberlain University produces extraordinary nurses. I say this because I'm a proud Chamberlain alumni. I received my bachelor's and my master's from Chamberlain and currently working on my doctoral. I promise you, Chamberlain has prepared you for the journey you are about to embark on. When I was asked about being the commencement speaker at your celebration today, I did not hesitate and responded, of course I will. Then I went home and thought, what am I going to speak about? How can I captivate an audience when I'm going to be speaking through Zoom, virtual technology? I then pondered and thought to myself, I am going to tell you the most valuable lesson I've ever learned in my career. When I began my career as a patient care technician, I remember thinking I want to be a nurse. I worked at the local rehabilitation center for about 2 years and returned to school to further my education and become a licensed practical nurse. After graduating with my LPN and beginning my career, there was a void. I was limited to what I could do and lacked the knowledge of an RN. So I decided to return for my RN. I completed the LPN RN fast track and received my Associate of Science in Nursing. I was happy and finally could say I was an RN. I immediately began working in the emergency department, and after a couple of years of learning and adapting to my new role, I started to feel a void. I thought to myself, why is this? I was an RN. How could this be happening again? However, I was seeking more knowledge and I wanted to be able to understand evidence-based practice and how it applies to our profession. So I returned to school and enrolled in the BSN program with Chamberlain University, which has molded me into the nurse I am today. After completion of my bachelor's, I went on to work in a lot of different areas from medical surgical, progressive care, and in the operating room. I remember about a year and a half after completing my BSN degree, I was feeling that same void again. I thought there was no way that I would be returning to school. I was done with the papers, research, and tests. However, I completed my master's degree in the year 2018 with Chamberlain. I thought, okay, Adam, please do not start having a void anytime soon. Well, it was less than a year and I felt that void. I remember looking at my family saying, is there something wrong with me? So I took the leap and followed my heart and enrolled into the DNP program at Chamberlain University in September of 2019. Here I am a little over 1 year in my studies, and I can say that Chamberlain has been the best decision I have ever received to fill that void, not only in my personal life, but in my professional life. I enrolled each time for a degree, and it was tough and challenging, but the education I have received has been a gift. Each position that I have held with a different title with the Board of Nursing has allowed me to appreciate each level in the nursing hierarchy, and each time I returned to school for the past 18 years has taught me patience and understanding of our nursing profession. Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful weapon which can be used to change the world. This is a powerful quote as each of you graduate today. As I reflect on my own journey and how amazing it has been, the one lesson from this story that I would love for you to take away is, after returning to school each time to embark on more knowledge so that I can be the change in our profession, it never taught me humanity. You might ask, what do you mean? I am talking about giving your own humanity as a gift for each of your patients that you will be taking care of. Learn to be vulnerable with your patients. Take the time to spend with them and educate them on what is going on with their health care. Never stop listening and learning and growing from your patient. And be the nurse who places the patient at the center of everything that you do. Practice compassionate, patient-centered care. The best medicine of all is your kindness, your compassion, and your understanding of your patient. Remember to always be yourself and to remain authentic as you move forward with your career. Slow and steady will always win the race. Florence Nightingale stated, nursing is an art, and if it is to be made an art, it requires an exclusive devotion as a preparation as a painter or sculptor's work. For what is having to do with the dead canvas or dead marble compared with having to do with the living body, the temple of God's Spirit? It is one of the finest arts. I almost said the finest of finest. Graduates, what a privilege it has been to speak with you today. Welcome to nursing. Congratulations and best wishes as you go forth and change the life of the patients that you take care of.
Thank you, Mr. Kofer, for your inspiring words. And now I am pleased to introduce Patrick Hawkins, our student speaker, who will address his fellow classmates and the audience at this time.
Good afternoon, family, friends, faculty, and honored guests. Welcome to the Chamberlain University Nursing Class of 2020's graduation ceremony. I would like to first of all say thank you to the amazing Chamberlain faculty that has dedicated the time, energy, and passion to transform this session of graduates into extraordinary nurses. I would like to thank our families and loved ones who have sacrificed so much to help us in our journey. My wife, Christine, as we have started this journey together to make it thus far. I am certain that this is the part where I should say a few anecdotal narratives, such as how much we all love group projects. But right now, we just don't have time, because at this very moment, change is happening. Lastly, I would like to thank the highly spirited and enthusiastic nursing class of cohort 28. Like many families, we have together endured the challenges and successes over the past 3 years to create a strong personal and professional bond that extend far beyond the classroom or the virtual living rooms that have kept us all connected. But we're not finished yet. Now begins the true challenge. The world is changing at an alarming rate, and nurses are at the forefront, leading the change and caring for those that have been changed. Change is the act of making a difference. Change is not always easy. Sometimes it is very difficult to accept. Change is not good or bad. It is not black or white. Change is inevitable. And as nurses, it is our duty to make a positive change in the lives of our patients, our profession, and in our own personal lives. So we will accept the change and look forward to the challenge, so that we will have an opportunity to be successful with every passing day. Success as we overcome the challenges ahead, because nurses don't only treat patients, we care for patients. But still, we're not finished yet. In times of peace, nurses work day and night to provide quality care to patients and families. In times of chaos, nurses are on the front lines performing complex care in the most remote and austere environments. The immeasurable selfless acts of heroism that expose nurses to the dangers in an effort to render care is not spectacular, because nurses are expected to act. Rather, their bravery is exceptional, because it is not required, it is given freely and willingly in service to our patients and the profession. Because above and beyond all, this is why nurses answer the call. And still, we're not finished yet. 150 years ago, Florence Nightingale answered the call and stood the watch. While many of us were in our beds sound asleep, a nurse stood the watch. Yes, even before some of us were born into this world, a nurse stood the watch. During disasters like hurricanes, floods, and even a pandemic, a nurse stood the watch. Many times, a nurse would have to leave their families that wanted their time to tend to patients that needed their time, and still, a nurse stood the watch. Our watch does not end with the stroke of a clock. It only transcends to the next level of extraordinary nurses ready to take the watch. So to our esteemed nursing professors, we have the watch. Congratulations, class of 2020. We did it. Together, we did it.
It is my honor to present Mr. Hawkins Chamberlain's Highest Achievement Award for the September 2020 graduating class. Congratulations, Patrick. A framed award will be mailed to you. And now I would like to draw your attention to the two letters on the screen. The first from U.S. Senator Rick Scott, and the second from Jacksonville Mayor Lenny Curry. On behalf of the Chamberlain University Jacksonville campus, we wish to thank our elected officials for taking time out of their busy days to acknowledge and congratulate our graduates. In addition, we would like to thank Chamberlain graduate Christine Joy Hawkins for requesting these letters from the Senator and Mayor. And now, the time that everyone looks forward to, the presentation of the graduating class.
First, let me introduce myself. I am Jennifer McHugh, Assistant Professor of Nursing At Chamberlain University, Jacksonville, Florida, it is my honor and privilege to be here today with you to celebrate your graduation. And it's also an honor to read all of your names and your honors as I go forth. So without further ado, let me start the reading of the names for our BSN candidates. Jessica Long Anderson. Haley A. Batala. Shamiania Benson, RN. Kristen Bloodworth. Bernicia Brown, RN, cum laude. Colleen Caro, RN, magna cum laude. Nicole Elizabeth Caruso, RN, cum laude. Cassandra L. Cox. Rachel K. Davis, RN. Nagasha Dudney Virgo. Tara Ray Adams Dukes, cum laude. Farah Elatani, RN. Brooke Angelic Fairclough, magna cum laude. Samantha L. Flores, RN. Miles Garrett Fraser, RN. Samantha Grassler. Ashley Hall, RN. Christina Joy Hawkins, RN, summa cum laude. Patrick Dion Hawkins, RN, summa cum laude. Trisha Colleen Hogg, RN, cum laude. Krishan J. Lavallee. Dorina Lecce. Stephanie M. Lewis. Helen A. Lynch. Amanda Way Montgomery. Mackenzie C. Murphy, summa cum laude. Tui Wynn. April Nicole Parker, RN. Brianna Parker, cum laude. Alejandro Pedroza Jr., RN, cum laude. Haley Reddish, RN. Angel Walker Redding. Josephine Scott. Kirsten Erf, RN, magna cum laude. Gwendolyn Patrice Williams, RN. Justin Thomas Williams. Regina Wallets, RN, magna cum laude. Michelle Zuluaga. I'm very proud of all of your accomplishments.
President Dunn, on behalf of the Dean of Academic Affairs, Chamberlain University of Nursing, Jacksonville campus, and on behalf of the Jacksonville faculty, I hereby certify that these students have completed the requirements for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing and recommend that they be awarded their degree.
Thank you, Dr. Fisher, for presenting these students and certifying that they've completed the requirements for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree. I am Dr. Jason Dunn, the campus president for Chamberlain University, Jacksonville. With the power vested in me by the Florida Board of Nursing, the Commission on Independent Education, and the Board of Trustees of Chamberlain University, I hereby confer the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing with all the honors and responsibilities pertaining thereunto. Graduates, please turn your tassels from the right to the left of your mortarboards to signify that you are now graduates of Chamberlain University College of Nursing. Congratulations.
Completing a formal nursing program is no easy task, and today there are two very special groups of students we want to acknowledge for their achievements at this time. The first group we wish to acknowledge are those students who completed their bachelor's degrees with honors. Congratulations. The second group of students we wish to acknowledge are our brave military veterans and those still serving on active and reserve duty today. Chamberlain University wants to thank you for your commitment to keeping us safe and for your service to our country. Congratulations to both groups on your achievements. And now I invite alumni Yamareli Rivera from the Chamberlain University Jacksonville Campus Alumni Association chapter for our brief message to our graduates.
Dear Chamberlain graduates, congratulations. Today marks the culmination of a tremendous amount of individual sacrifice and hard work that has brought you to this milestone, graduation. Throughout your journey at Chamberlain, we have been committed to Chamberlain Care, our dedication to providing you with the tools and resources to be successful, to prepare you to thrive as a member of the healthcare system of the future. We now encourage you to take the skills, knowledge, and compassion that you learned to positively impact the lives that you touch moving forward. After graduation, your relationship with Chamberlain continues on as a lifelong partnership. As a Chamberlain graduate, you receive a complimentary membership to the Chamberlain Alumni Association so that you can stay connected with our community of extraordinary nurses who are positioned to shape the future of healthcare. As a Chamberlain Alumni Association member, you have the opportunity to take advantage of benefits designed especially for you. Advance your career with educational and professional resources. Receive group-specific tuition rates for alumni for the RN to BSN, MSN, MPH, and DNP degree programs. Mentor the next generation of nurses. Connect and network with more than 63,000 Chamberlain alumni nationwide. Stay up to date with the latest nursing news, Chamberlain updates, and alumni profiles, including receiving the Chamberlain, the official publication of Chamberlain University. Wishing you much success as you join the extraordinary explorers, leaders, and mentors, more than 63,000 alumni strong. Best regards, Chamberlain University Alumni Association. Now, I would like to take this opportunity to personally congratulate you. You have managed to complete this program during a very challenging time, yet you did it with great resolve, and you are now about to receive the fruits of your labor. I am extremely proud of you, and I am happy to welcome you to the nursing profession. You will love it. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Ms. Rivera.
Hello, everyone. The diploma, of course, lets everyone know that our graduates have a Bachelor of Science degree and they can forever place BSN after their name. The pin of the School of Nursing they have attended is the symbolic welcoming of newly graduated nurses into the profession of nursing. Historians can actually trace the tradition of the pin back to the Crusades of the 12th century, when the knights who cared for the injured and suffering crusaders were awarded a Maltese cross. The nurse badge dates back to 1855, when Queen Victoria presented Florence Nightingale with the Cross of St. George in appreciation for her selfless efforts caring for the British soldiers injured during the Crimean War. By 1916, it became standard in the U.S. to award all nursing graduates with a unique pin that is visible evidence of their education and identifies the individual as a graduate of that school of nursing. The lighting of a Nightingale lamp and recitation of the Nurse's Pledge are symbolic of educated professionals who serve the needs of society. The lamp is a symbol of the care and devotion that the nurse administers to the sick and injured in the practice of nursing. The lamp also reflects the trust society has placed in nursing. Nightingale believed that nurses should never stop learning, and so she told her nursing students, "To nurse is a field of which one may safely say, there is no end in what we may be learning every day." At this time, I'd like to welcome any nurses that are currently watching our graduation ceremony to please go ahead and recite the pledge with us. And also for all of our graduates, please recite the pledge with me. I pledge in the presence of this assembly to practice my profession faithfully. I will do all in my power to maintain and elevate the standard of my profession, and will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping and all family affairs coming to my knowledge in the practice of my profession. I will devote myself to the welfare of those committed to my care. Congratulations.
Good afternoon, graduates, families and friends, and our Chamberlain colleagues. Once again, I'm Dr. Jason Dunn, Campus President for Chamberlain University, Jacksonville. I am so pleased to have this opportunity to be here with you today to celebrate this wonderful occasion. I feel honored to be a part of this celebration. I'd like to take a moment to congratulate each of you on your accomplishment. It takes great courage and determination to even apply to nursing school and to make that commitment to yourself and your families. As you reflect on your journey towards becoming a nurse, do you remember the surreal feelings that accompanied the first day of nursing school? Do you remember the excitement and fear working together in unison? As you can all attest, nursing school was no walk in the park. It was challenging, it required focus, it demanded dedication and a commitment, and it forced you often to choose between a textbook over spending time with your family and friends. Well, graduates, you did it. You have completed nursing school, and you all should be very proud of yourselves as you are embarking on a wonderful, fulfilling career as a registered nurse. All of us who've completed nursing school have an intimate understanding of the rigor of the nursing program, as we learn through classes, skills labs, simulation experiences, and actual patient care assignments. We understand from these learning opportunities what it is meant to be a nurse and how to provide the safe and competent care to our patients. We can all relate to the heightened expectations placed upon us as nursing students and now as nurses who are responsible for providing care to patients and their families at their most vulnerable states in their lives. I am sure you all have an understanding of the many diverse roles and responsibilities of a nurse. I'm confident Chamberlain has provided the educational experiences that you will take with you to be successful in the clinical setting. Some questions I asked myself more than 20 years ago when I began my nursing career. Do I really understand what it means to be a nurse? Do I understand all the responsibilities of what I have before me as I enter the clinical setting working with patients and families? Do I truly understand the impact that I will have on people's lives? As you all know, nurses save and nurses improve lives. One of the most important roles of a nurse is to be the patient advocate, to protect the interest of patients when the patients themselves cannot because of illness or inadequate health knowledge. Nurses are patient educators. Nurses empower patients, guiding them towards healthy behavior and supporting them in time of need. As patients near the end of their lives, nurses provide dignity in death and are there and present to comfort their patients and their families in the final days. Nurses work in the community to prevent illness through education and health promotion. Some nurses work in academia teaching future nurses. Some are scholars, health policymakers, managers, advanced practitioners. The point is, nurses are in every corner of the globe working to support the health and safety of patients and their families we are entrusted to serve. As Dr. Fisher noted, our profession of nursing is regularly rated as the most trusted profession, and because we receive this rating, we sometimes can take it for granted. However, this is a coveted status that has been bestowed upon us and is founded in trust, integrity, and honesty. We must not take our roles and responsibilities lightly. Patients rely on nurses to feel supported and cared for, and patients need to trust their nurses as their advocates with their best interest at heart. Trust is one of the pillars of developing a successful rapport with your patients. Ultimately, trusting relationships will engender the ability to provide higher quality and safer health outcomes. As you move forward and grow in your professional nursing roles, teach new nursing students, collaborate with members of the healthcare team, embrace families into the realm of patient care, and work with leaders to shape new policies to support evidence-based practice. Nurses play such an important role within the healthcare setting. As our future nurses, you have a key role in shaping the healthcare of the future. I'm sure you can all think back to an experience of either you or a loved one in a healthcare setting. Most often, it is a time of unknown with a lot of uncertainty. As the patient or the family member, you can tell the difference between a nurse who's going through the motions and counting down the hours until her shift ends, versus a nurse who's invested in the care of her patient and takes the time to go the extra mile to treat the patient with the utmost care and compassion. This care and compassion makes all the difference in the world of someone who's battling illness. You may be the most competent with your technical skills. However, if you omit the caring and the compassion, you're missing the human element of nursing. Remember, your patients are human beings. As you begin this journey now, when you care for your patients, do so with diligence, professionalism, and humility. Attend to them with respect and without being judgmental. Listen and remember that many times you will need to listen more than you actually talk. You will be surprised that you can learn from your patients just as much as they from you if you truly listen. And what you learn from them may be the very information you need to provide the best care for your patients or others in similar health situations. In your caring and your practice, be sensitive and respectful of differences and diversity. You must be prepared to leverage and maximize the advantages of whatever forms of diversity you find in your professional environments. You must remember that your duty is to your patient, and that is of an informed and caring advocate. Apart from their family, you might as well be the closest and most trusted person in their eyes. That is why they have poured their hearts to you and shared with you their most pressing needs, greatest fears, and highest aspirations. Thus, your proximity to your patients give you those privileges. However, in life, for every measure of privilege comes an equal measure of responsibility and accountability. Today is truly a milestone in the lives of these soon-to-be new graduates, but it's also a milestone for Chamberlain University as we transition our students as graduate nurses ready to take their first step as a registered nurse in the world of nursing practice and healthcare. I want to thank you all for taking this educational journey with Chamberlain University. As you all know, these last number of months have been challenging for the best of us. Our world has been plagued with a pandemic that has impacted our lives as we know it. But you all persevered and made it through, and I'd venture to guess that you'll be a better nurse because of your experiences these last few months. The healthcare system now needs you more than ever. I also want to say congrats to those who have already passed NCLEX, and for those of you who haven't taken the NCLEX, please continue to stay focused and connected to our campus. We are here to support you. I want to leave you with a quote by Maya Angelou, one of my most favorite quotes. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. I truly encourage you all to take this quote with you as you enter into the clinical setting providing care to patients and families. Thank you so much, and congratulations to all graduates, and be safe out there. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Dunn, for those inspiring words. We have come to the conclusion of our program today. Thank you so much for joining us on this very special occasion. It has indeed been my pleasure to serve you today. On behalf of President Dunn, Dean Southworth Fisher, and the entire Chamberlain University Jacksonville campus family, I want to thank you for being here to help us celebrate these extraordinary graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our commencement ceremony. Be well and stay safe.